A couple of you have been asking me to test a boom and crush trading strategy, and today I'm going to do just that. In this video, I will be testing out a strategy shared by Trading With Then that has now gained over 50,000 views. This strategy is said to work on small accounts, and in this video, he was trading a $3 account with it. So if it turns out to be profitable, it just might be what you need to grow your small account. However, before risking my money in the markets, I want to make sure that it really works. That's why I will be doing a backtest of this strategy 100 times to see its win rate. Before I start, let me explain the settings of this strategy. This strategy makes use of 3 indicators, the first one being the relative strength index with the following settings. Period should be set to 14, apply to close. For the style, make sure it is the same as your chart's background. You should have the following levels on your RSI, which will be the last thing you change on this indicator. Our next indicator is going to be the Ichimoku with the following settings. Tenkan Sen 5, Kijun Sen 2, Senkou Span B52, and also the fill should be ticked. For the styles, you change the up Kumo to blue and the down Kumo to red. The rest of the styles should be set to the same color as your chart background. After all that, your chart should now be looking like this. Now that we have the settings, I will show you an example of a buy and sell trade, so that you have an idea of how the strategy actually works. Since this is a spike-catching strategy, you can only enter buy trades on boom and sell trades on crash, and for my first example, I will show you a sell trade on crash 1000. The first thing we look for is for our Ichimoku to reach the overbought level, and at this stage it will still be blue. After reaching the oversold level, which is between the 80 and 90 RSI, we wait for the Ichimoku to change color from blue to red. After that happens, we enter a sell and set our take profit at the oversold level, and as you can see from this example, take profit was hit. For a buy trade, we just look for the opposite of what we were looking in a sell trade. We first wait for the Ichimoku to get into the oversold zone while it's red. After that, we wait for it to turn blue, and we enter a trade up until the Ichimoku hits the overbought 80 and 90 level. This trade was also a success, and this strategy is looking very promising, which is where most YouTubers end their video, leaving you thinking this is the holy grail of strategies to finally make you profitable. But on this channel, we like to make that conclusion based on a 100 trades, instead of a few hand-picked setups. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe because I post videos like this all the time. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the actual backtesting. I will be trading boom and crash 1000 for this backtest using a $100 account. To make this easier to backtest, I will be using a fixed 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio for each trade, risking 2% per trade. During this backtest, there are some things that I noticed that might be helpful to keep in mind if you decide to try this strategy out for yourself. The first one being the false entries or late entries that this indicator provides. This is mostly common when the market is in a range and the price spikes in one direction only to make a retracement after your entry. To avoid this, I highly recommend you to do the following things. Firstly, you should use higher time frames as confluence in order to avoid taking trades against a higher time frame support or resistance. Secondly, I would recommend you to avoid taking trade at all when the market is in a range, and lastly, you should avoid taking trades when after a huge spike has occurred, or multiple big spikes have occurred without giving you a chance to enter. This is because the market would have already made its move, and it will be unwise of you to enter a trade after. My last tip for you is to use a set stop loss for your trades. What do I mean by this? I mean that instead of having a stop loss that changes with every trade, choose a single stop loss to use like 15 candles and stick to that, as that will increase your win rate and how much you will make. That's it for all the tips I have to share regarding this strategy, so now let's get into the actual backtest results.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
After backtesting this strategy 100 times, 50 of them being on Boom 1000 and another 50 on Crash 1000, these are the results. I got a 50% win rate, which is amazing considering the fact that this strategy uses a 1-to-3 risk-to-reward ratio. I managed to make more than $250 in profit from a $100 account, which is also great. The lowest balance the account got to was $97, despite having 7 consecutive losses during the backtest, which just goes to show how much of a difference having great risk management makes. The largest win we got from this strategy was $13.65, and the biggest loss was only $3.89. I am sure you can agree with me when I say this strategy is indeed profitable, and I would recommend you try it out using some of the tips I shared with you throughout this video. Always remember to firstly backtest a strategy on your own before going to a live account and use proper risk management. I hope you found this video informative and useful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more trading videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.